Hello there, family, and welcome back to another edition of Midweek Moment with the Crenshaws. As always, I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and I'm joined by the most beautiful, voluptuous, my best friend, my down like four flats.
What's going on, family? What is going on, guys? I am Angela Crenshaw. What is going on?
That's my wife, people.
What's going on, babe?
That's my wife, people.
Is.
So, family, first of all, we just want to thank you for our new listeners. We thank you for being a part of this. We thank you for finding us. However you found us, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's on Podbean, whether it's on Spotify, whether it's on Google Play Music, whether it's on iHeartRadio.
Come on, you did that.
I was
waiting for you to make a mistake. You did that. Go ahead.
Or whether it's on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. Once again, www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We thank you guys for being a part of us. Our returning family members, as always,
come on, y'all.
Welcome back to the barbecue. Hopefully you brought some good potato salad. We thank you for joining us.
Takeout bags so you could take something with you.
Hey, always got to take something with you when you come.
Mm-hmm.
And so we
aluminum, but takeout bags.
Nah, you need aluminum foil.
You need aluminum. Bring you some aluminum.
Aluminum?
Aluminum. No. In your little pocketbook, I know y'all got some folded up aluminum. Go and pull it out.
Family, we just thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing. As always, we are an interactive podcast. You can find us on the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, all on the Crenshaw Corner. Or you can reach us via email at thecrenshawcorner.com. Nope, that's our web address.
What's happening right
email
now?
address is thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
You sure?
Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So, family, listen. This particular episode is going to be slightly different.
It is.
So, actually, after this introduction, you're actually not going to hear my voice any longer. So, what's going to happen? This is going to be ladies. This is going to be Ladies' Day.
We're going to miss you.
I don't think you're going to.
We're going to miss you.
But what's going to happen is that we did an episode with just myself and my son. If you have not listened to that episode, go back and listen to it. It was a bonus episode entitled Father's Perspective.
Yes.
Listen to it. It's an episode worth listening to.
It is.
So we thought we'd do something a little different. So from moving forward, you're only going to hear my wife, and then you're going to hear from my wonderful daughter.
Yes.
So family, enjoy.
Yes. All right, family, what is going on? Like Sanchez said, we are out here doing it a little bit different. If you listen on Wednesday that just went past, we actually did where the Ultimate Intimacy app is what it's called. And on the Ultimate Intimate, why can't I say that word?
Intimacy.
See, that's why you can't have kids. See how indignant? Let me introduce a little indignant. So, family, I want to introduce to my daughter. She is the baby of the group, Miss Morgan Crenshaw. Hey, Morgan.
Hi. How are y'all?
Yes, that's the fam. Say what up, fam?
What up, fam?
What up, fam? So, last Wednesday, we talked about the Ultimate Intimacy. I think I feel good about it. App.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you, honey. You love me so much. App. But we were talking about intimacy. And she probably...
No, I didn't listen to that one. I'm not going to.
About
love
sex.
y'all though.
Love about sex. And I love making and all that good stuff.
No, I'm not going to do that.
So we got so many people reaching out to us and was like, yo, that was so good and blah, blah, blah. So we decided, hey, let's do it again. So we did it again. And next time we'll be doing not the family, but what was it again? Let me think about it, Morgan. Let me think about it because I'm smart. Romance. We doing romance.
I'm Gucci on that one too.
Thank you. But for today with Miss Morgan, we're going to do about the family. And the reason why we wanted to do it with her was just so she can tell us her thought process about the dynamic of being a baby, being the only girl. And all of our family know that we're a blended family. And who does not know now, you know, we're a blended family. And get her perspective on it. So that's why we're doing it today. Yes, I feel great. You feel good?
I feel like it's a trap, but I'm here.
No, it's not a trap. Okay. So first question, and again, go to the Ultimate, say the word for me. Intimacy app. And it has a section for family, all those things that you want to have questions about that you don't know how to ask those questions is on that app. So you can have a better relationship with your family, your significant other, however you want to do it. It's really, really fun. So I have some questions for her. But my first question for her actually is, how was it being raised by the Crenshaws?
Y'all were something special.
Really?
Yeah.
I know I don't. Wait a minute. Hold it. I don't know if I should take that right or wrong. So, what do you mean by that?
Y'all were different. Being the baby and the only girl, there were certain things that y'all relaxed about because y'all have done this 4 times or 3 times previous. But because I'm the only girl, there were things that my brothers could do that I couldn't do, or the conversations that we had that, of course, y'all didn't have with my brothers. And it was just different being the baby and the only girl. Like, I could tell that I was the youngest.
Like, you knew?
I knew.
Do you
for
feel
a
like
fact.
you was spoiled, or you just felt like
my brothers think I'm spoiled?
Yeah, your brothers.
But yeah, a little bit.
They think you're the favorite.
Because I am.
You are. You're the favorite. You're the favorite.
Yes. Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. I'm the favorite. Okay, so do you think you were spoiled? Do you think that you were, or you just think you were blessed and highly favored? That's what I like to call it.
A little bit of both.
Blessed and highly favored and spoiled?
I think I was spoiled in a different way. I was spoiled because I had all y'all time.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. But if y'all don't know, my mother, Angela Crenshaw here, took my first year off of school, including middle school and high school, every time I went to a different school.
I did.
She took the first year off, which means she was home all the time, which means when I got home, she was there. When I left, she was there.
I walk you to the
if
bus
I woke
stop.
up, she woke me to the bus stop every morning, which was for 4 years. Every year in high school, she walked me to the bus stop, which was different because
Like
I'm a senior and she's still walking me to the bus stop.
Like
6:55.
6:55 in the morning. I'm at the bus stop with her.
At the bus stop, my bus driver knew who she was, but there was a lot of uninterrupted time, so we got to know each other. But then there were times where I was like, "Please leave me alone.
Go away, old lady.
Go away,
Wait, old lady. I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. Okay, so what do you think that we raised you and your brothers differently, or do you think what did you think that we get the same rhythm for all 4 of you guys, or
when it comes to life skills, yes, because you want us to succeed, but I was always the go-getter in school. So I always felt like that compared to my brothers, they could mess up in school, but I couldn't because that was my thing. Okay. And that's what I've always been told is compared to your brothers, you're the school one. Like you guys always knew that college was where I was going. Yeah. And degrees is what I was getting, and I was getting a career and everything. And it's not like you didn't have those, expectations for my brother, but you guys got to a certain point and it was like, they do what they do, we don't. It's just at this point, we don't really care. So
we gave up. They
kind of just gave up. So when it came to me and they saw that, school was just something that I was good at, and it was easy to me, it was never no clue that you're going to college, you're getting a 4.0 GPA, you're graduating with honors, and this is what we expect. And if you do anything below that, now we got issues.
You've had that on the board since you was in middle school. Remember, we made a vision board in middle school, an affirmation board in middle school. I need you to read it and speak it every single day.
Every single day. Morning.
Yes, 7, and then we do Bible study in the morning.
Every single morning.
And we meditated. Every
single morning.
I just feel bad. I feel like I should apologize to you now that you're older. I should be like, I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm not sorry.
I know you're not. That's why I don't expect an apology.
I'm not sorry. Okay. So this is such a weird question, it says, but I'm interested to see, what were some of the boundaries you had with regards to technology and media as a child when it came to us?
I think I grew up in an age where technology was such a big thing and it was still evolving. Mm-hmm. But it was no social media. If you had social media, we had your password. I couldn't have boys' phone numbers because I don't know if you guys heard the rule, but the rule in the house was no dating until second semester senior year with good grades.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was constantly monitored. They would randomly come check my phone to see what I was talking about, so I had to either not text or just get real good at deleting stuff, clearing my history. I'm a teenager. I got used to it.
So now that you in college about to get a master's degree, you want to tell the truth now?
Oh yeah, there were things I just would just delete immediately.
So sad. I'm so sad now. I'm sad.
I was a teenager. What do you expect?
And there was no phone comes in the room. Was it 9 or 10 o'clock?
It depended on what grade I was in because my bedtime, quotation marks, got pushed back.
Yeah, so it would be like 9 or 10 o'clock, we would get your cell phone. She couldn't have it. The lights, if she was on that phone, it was nighttime. The lights had to be on and the door had to be open.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, as I say that, I'm like, good, hooda. Okay, so how was it having brothers though? No sisters, just, I mean, you had a whole bunch of cousins, but just having brothers. How being a girl with 3 boys before you, what did that look like for you?
I don't even know. I will say that I loved having older brothers just because I'd always know I have that built-in protectors. It was I had a different relationship with each brother. The closest relationship I have was with the youngest of the 3, and it's just because we're the youngest in age. So we're really close, and then the middle one, it's like I was the one who y'all couldn't tell me anything when it came to him because it was like that's his favorite sibling. Like, don't even question it. Yeah, and then me and the oldest are so far apart, we barely spoke, but it was just, I don't know. Like, I loved having older brothers. I think it's that typical when you're a girl, you see your brothers doing things and it was like, well, I can't do that. Or this in conversations. I know you guys haven't had these conversations with him. It was different because you guys have never raised a girl.
Right.
And I can tell you that I was a very hormonal child. I'm still I'm a Gemini. Let's go ahead and throw that out there.
Yes, honey.
So there were times where my brothers would hide from me.
They would, literally. Like, if she came in the house, and when we all were living home, and she came in the house and she had any kind of attitude or act any kind of way before she went in her room, everybody was scared, including her father. They'd be like, is she out there? Is she?
They really would.
Her attitude, like, they would not come out their room if she was hormonal. Anything was happening, scared to death. They
would send in either you or the middle. They would send in the middle brother because they knew that he could be like, what's wrong with you?
What's up?
You good? What you need? And I wouldn't yell at him. I never got in fights with my brothers, which I hear brothers and sisters, me and my brother used to fight all the time. I never have argued with any of my brothers.
You haven't ever?
Ever. I've never argued with any of my brothers. I never had issues with any of them. It was just
you the baby.
They kind of just left me alone.
Yeah, they were scared of you in their own little way. Okay, so now talking about blended families, because we are a blended family. We came in saying that we would never ever say step. We came in the game saying that I'm a bonus parent. Her other dad is a bonus parent, but collectively we are she don't call us parents, she calls us the rents. The rents.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we pay her rent. I'm not for sure what that means exactly.
It's just a shortened version of parents. But parents is too much, so yeah, just
to
rents.
say parents is too much?
Leave me be.
Okay, leave you be. Okay. So the rents, and so how was that dynamic growing up having 4 parents though?
It was different. It was different because when I would tell people, they would ask, like, so I'd be like, I got 4 parents. And the first question I get was like, are your biological parents gay? I'm like, no, they're each married to the different set. I don't know why that was the first question that I would always get. And then, of course, the next question was, well, does your mom and your stepmom get along? And I'm like, if you knew the dynamic of my family, my mom and my bonus mom, thank you, are best friends.
We are.
Like, they call each other all the time. They text each other all the time. They call each other their baby mamas.
Yes.
Like, they are. And then my dads are best friends. So my best friends, people who I've grew up knowing, they've kind of gotten to a point where I would like my mom. So at first it was like, okay, your bonus mom or like your mom. And then after a while, depending on the story that I was telling, they would know exactly who I was talking about because I never referred to, each parent as step or bonus. I will say, was it a dynamic that we had to get used to? Yes. Did we have our issues growing up? Yes. But we finally got to a place where we all can say we're cohesive now.
Yeah. It was work. Okay. So because it was work in the beginning of us trying to put, because we always tell people all the time, tell the family, our listeners, our family, that it wasn't an easy process. Because people look at us and I'd be like, I want that. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because this took work on all 4 of the parents' part to make sure that, because we had one common goal, and that was to raise you well. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you were well grounded, no matter how we felt about anything, there was one common goal that was not going to change, and that was loving you and making sure that you were okay. So now you're the center of this whole phenomenon that we call parenting that we're doing. And how did that feel, having be able to, because you're going to one house sometime, you live with one set of parents, but you're with the others all the time, and vice versa. So growing up, how did that affect? Did it affect you? Your feeling wise, your thought process, how did that affect you?
It definitely was a lot of push and pull, I feel like, on my part, because I'm close to both of my parents. I'm close to all of my parents, but when it comes to my biological parents, I have a different, of course, I have a different bond with them.
Absolutely.
A lot, but it's funny because depending on which parent you're talking to, if you talk to my mom, I'm a daddy's girl. If you talk to my dad, I'm a mama's girl. So it kind of just depends on who I'm with.
Right.
But it was definitely a lot of push and pull because I felt so close to each, where if they had strife or if they had issues, it was, okay, well, if I defend this parent, then this parent gets upset. If I defend this parent, then this parent gets upset. And it was just, I felt like I could never be one cohesive Morgan. I had to decide, or I had a face and a persona for each house or each parent. So it was never that I could be the same person because my parents aren't the same people. They're on two completely different sides of the spectrum. So...
Like, what do you mean when you say
like
that?
One parent is very stoic, kind of very the best term when I used to use it was just when I was younger, was militant. It was very, this is I'm so serious. I'm so sorry, Daddy.
You're trying to say the Christian clan is militant.
I apologize, but yes.
Militant.
Yeah, y'all were real militant as a child.
Jesus Lord.
But it was like, but it was because of where I was coming from. I was very unorganized, unstructured. I didn't realize I was in disarray until I got with you guys, and you guys taught me the things that I know now. And it was like, oh, I wasn't doing very well. I was like, academic wise great, but like personal wise I was like, yo, what's going on?
What's really happening in my life?
So it's like one parent was, all about it. This is a structure, this is organization, and the other parent was like, well, here are the life lessons, but we're just gonna learn through them as you go through them, and we'll talk about it when you get there. So what the other parent was very emotional. She's still very emotional.
Leave my girl alone. Don't do
we
it.
love her, but
love her.
Oh my goodness, she's such a water bag is what I call her. She cries at the drop of a hat. Don't let her watch the Notebook. So yeah, it was like, it was just two different sides of the spectrum, and I felt like I was always up under my mom's side of the family, that when I came over here, it was like, oh, this is a different ball game. I know I have to learn, because yes, I knew you guys, because y'all never were not in my life, but it was when I moved here permanently, it was like, oh, y'all are different.
Yeah,
I gotta get used to y'all now. It took me a minute, but when I got there, I did very well. But it did take me a minute to
get this discipline thing, because plus you were younger and you were little, and you just was like, I've been doing what I want to do. So what part of the and plus you got to remember, you came from having all of your cousins, because you're that side of the family, they're large. Your mom's side of the family is huge. Like, listen, if she get married, she can barely invite anybody. That's how large her mom family is, and so her whole family would take up half the church. Literally, this is how big this family is. So coming over here, where we're very much don't really want company. Don't really don't, we just, it's us and the kids, it's us and the world. So coming, I could see where it was kind of different, because you had all these other dynamics in the house, you know what I'm saying? Then you get here and everybody's like military precision, and you like, okay, I think, you know what I'm saying? So I could completely understand that. Was there any, so when you decide to say, okay, I'm gonna live with my dad, I'm gonna live with Ange, this is what I'm gonna do, was there any party that was like scared, or like just like, this is what, because I remember your mom was saying that you made the choice that a long time ago that this is what you wanted, at a very early age. So did you have an idea that what you thought it was going to be and what you walked into was the same, or?
Yeah, because what I had with you guys was on the weekends. So it was, let's have fun, let's go do this. It was trying to cram in so much different stuff on the weekends, because that's just what we had at the time.
Right.
So when, I made the conscious choice to come over here permanently, it was, this is what y'all like on 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I don't know if I like this quite yet. Because like you said, I came from somewhere where I was very close-knit with the family, and it was, I had discipline, but I had grandma's discipline, which, by the time I was born, it was like grandma was like, just sit down somewhere. Just don't bother me.
Don't bother her.
And like, I can't, I'm not saying any of this to say that my mom did not discipline me, because she did, but it was just like, it was just different. It was all different.
Okay, so let's talk about, so now we're getting older. Did you ever have an issue with the don't date until second semester senior year?
Yes, because I was a teenager. No,
but you tried it. I did try it.
She did try it.
She did.
So let me tell you, I had an issue with it because no one else had that rule. So when you're a teenager and you're talking to your friends and you're like, what? And your friends are like, what is it? What are you that mean? So it was like I was a teenager. I'm naturally supposed to be rebellious. So I tried it. It didn't go well. We're not gonna talk about it.
No, we're not gonna talk about it. It didn't go well.
Those are the dark days.
Those are the dark years.
But it was just like I did it because you told me I couldn't. You know what? It was literally a teenage thing. It was like I'm gonna do this anyway because she told me I couldn't. Because by the time I got to senior year and I could date, I didn't want to.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I thought after all of that trying to do it, and then your dad took care of that problem for good. I was like, well, surely when she becomes a senior, second semester, she's gonna be like, I got me a boyfriend. You graduated, no boyfriend. First year of college, no boyfriend. I'm
in my second year of my master's, and I still don't have a boyfriend. But it's just, I think mainly because by the time I was a senior, I was more academically focused.
Okay.
And I never wanted to be the type where I fell into a relationship and lost sight of what I wanted. And I've always said I wanted to graduate with honors.
Mm-hmm. Which you did already.
Which I did, and I wanted to finish up my master's.
Which I'm
about to. So I never wanted to be distracted. But also, I think as I got older, I started learning what I wanted from a guy, and there was no one like that at my high school, and there was no one like that in where I went to college. So maybe we'll try Charlotte, but I can't. I'm not finding anybody who's worthy of my time at the moment.
And that's okay. You don't necessarily have to give up your time. Do what you want to. I think you're young. So do what you want to do and how you want to do it. So let me ask you a question. So on the app, it says, what's the best way for us to communicate with you when you're feeling overwhelmed? So tell me, what's the best way that we've communicated with you when you, well, I can't really count daddy because he throw you my way every time. So how the way that we've handled you when you're overwhelmed, how has that felt? What was that?
It's so funny you said that because I feel like every time I am overwhelmed, the first person I call is my father. Mm-hmm. He's the first person. Mm-hmm. Anytime I have an issue emotionally, which is, again, funny, right? I call my father because he is such a calming. I used to tell when I was younger, I loved the way he smelled.
Yes.
I was like,
I
said that to him almost every day. And his always was, thank you, I bathe. But I don't think he realized that.
He's so rude.
The reason I loved the way he smelled is because I felt safe in his smell. And it was just a certain cologne that he always wore, but I felt safe in it. So anytime I felt overwhelmed and I called him, it's like he knows exactly what to say. He can say my name and I'll bust out in tears. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Right. And then it's just something about his presence that just calms me down. But the best way that you guys have let me, when I'm overwhelmed, is just to let me be. Sometimes you guys know I don't share my emotions often, so I bubble up, and then every so often I'll just explode. So when that happens, y'all just let me rock. And then when I calm down, you go, okay, now tell me what's going on. Yeah. So it's not like you're not trying to, ask me in it. You wait till I'm done and then go, okay, now tell me what that was about, because you're obviously hurting about something.
Yeah. And the norm is like, you got 15 minutes.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing too, was how much time are you going to sit in this? Now, I will say it depends on the situation. If it was something that like the other day I freaked out about a grade I got, and my parents were like, all right, how much time you need?
Yeah, for this.
Because this is something that you know what you need to do next. You know what you need to fix. Okay. But if it was something that was serious, it was, okay, let's sit here as long as we need to get everything out. And then once I was out, all right, I can go about my day now. I'm okay. Thanks.
I'm good. Because change is hard for you.
I don't like change.
You don't like change. So change is like, for her, like, every time she graduated since she was little to one grade to another, that school year she would have a breakdown. And in the beginning of that year, for the new, like from elementary to middle, breakdown. Got to middle school, breakdown the first year, I'm good the rest. High school, middle school, breakdown, graduation. High school, good to go. We did well. 9th grade, breakdown. Breakdown, right? 3 weeks before you graduated from high school. 3 weeks
before graduation.
Breakdown.
2015.
Breakdown the first year of college, and then she's good. This is the first time ever that you graduated, you're getting your master's now, that you did not do a breakdown, that you didn't come home and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. So this is the first time. So how is that? Why is that? What's the difference now?
Because I've realized that it's okay not to know what you're doing. I'm young. I have said this for many years, and if you haven't heard me say it, you're going to hear me say it now. I feel like I get a decade of being stupid. I feel like between 18 and 28 is my decade to figure out who I am.
Is that your decade?
Yeah, that's my decade.
Between calling that the decade of stupid?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't even mean stupid like I'm going to make dumb decisions. But yes, I'm going to make dumb decisions because it's that decade of learning who you are, figuring out who you are. You go through so many different changes.
Yes, you do.
Between 18 and 28. And I feel like by 28, I should have some remnants of a plan together. Yes. So I could start moving into that next decade. Like that 29 is a transition year. So big transition years, I don't do very well, but we'll see what 29 brings me. I got some time, so we don't got to think about it.
You got some time.
But I'm young. I'm a baby still, and I've found out, I've realized is, shortly a while ago, that didn't make sense, but a little while ago, that it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay not to know things.
Yeah, and to learn and be okay. I think one of the most difficult thing is what you said is good to, like, you're a young adult. You're going to make mistakes. Don't be so hard on yourself. But learn from those mistakes. I don't need you to keep returning, because then that's when I get involved. Like, if you keep returning, then I got to talk to you.
I think I've done well these last few years.
No, you've done well. I remember, because she has her own car. And so, or if I was driving her, that was the trap. If she got in that car with me and she did something. To trap me
in my car, guys.
We in that car together, and she is going to hear what I have to say. So she hates it. She be like,
and that's the thing. It wasn't even if I did something. It was sometimes she would just ask me like life questions, and I'm like, "Yo, we got a 45-minute drive, and I can't even escape."
Nope.
Like, I literally could not go anywhere. Nope. So now she tries to trap me in my car, which is funny because before I even got my car, she was like, I'm never going to ride with you.
I wasn't.
But yet, every time I'm home, she don't pick up her keys. I don't know the last time I saw her pick up her keys since I've been home.
See, first I couldn't trust the guys. But then she was like, just come ride with me. And I did. And I was like, then she said, come ride me again. I was like, you know what? Ain't no sense in me driving. You got your gas in your car.
Right. She don't give me no gas money.
Nothing. What? This is payback for every audition, every theater, driving you to Florida for audition, driving you uptown to take pictures, every photo shoot.
Yeah.
I need all my money back. So I figured that.
That's what this is? That's what this is?
I figured.
Okay.
So I figured, hey, no, ma'am. I'm going to get right in the car with you. Get it right in the car with you. Drive. But I do be holding on hard to the door, though.
She doesn't look up when I'm driving. But she's also a backseat driver because anytime I pull away, like in reverse, she's looking to make sure no one's coming. Like, I don't know. Look in all my mirrors.
I'm your help.
I don't need it. Thank you.
I'm your help.
I don't need it. I'm Gucci. Thank you.
No, I'm your help. I got to tell you I'm your help. Okay. So let's talk about this. So it says, what belief system did you receive as a child and how has it shaped your life? What was what belief system did you receive from us?
One of the ones that was big is us being in a Christian household. It was not to have a religion, but to have a relationship. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like with religion becomes all these rules and regulations that, the church expects you to follow. Mm-hmm. And the Crenshaws don't do well with authority.
Mm-mm. Pray for
us.
Pray. Everybody pray.
You tell us to do something, we'll be like, well, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it our own way. Thank you very much.
But thanks for telling us.
So growing up, I grew up in a family church, and I never wanted to go to church because I was like, I don't know what they're talking about, and I don't know what's happening, and this is not geared to me. So when I moved in and we started going to Elevation, that's where the relationship came in because it showed that you don't have to follow the cookie cutter Christianity lifestyle that people tell you have to follow. You can do it in your own way, in your own path, as long as you are praying, having faith, doing other things you need to do for your health, for your spiritual health.
Right.
So that was one of the big things I learned. And there was another big thing where we talked about these affirmations. I had so many different affirmations as a child. Let me tell you, I had all types of sticky notes.
Don't do
all types of sticky notes. I made a vision board every year. Oh my goodness. But there were just things
they helped.
They did because there are things that just, you didn't even think a 12-year-old was telling themselves, that I'm independent, that I'm honest, that I'm trustworthy, that I'm, beautifully made, that I'm unique was a big one because I was a very special child.
Yes.
So yeah, it was just, telling these things in times of trouble where when I feel overwhelmed, I'll be like, all right, like, come on now. Like, you know what to do. You've been doing this since you were 12.
Yeah. And put it out there. Okay. So let's talk about this. So I know we've had the sex talk.
Oh, good God.
But we have.
I said it was a trap.
This is what the question.
No, go ahead.
So I know that we've had the sex talk. I know that very sparingly had you had the sex talks with your dad, but I know me and you have had it. And so why is it so easy to talk to me as a mom than talk to your dad and have the sex talk?
I think
because I don't think we rolled up. Did we ever have the birds and bees? I think we were so past that.
No,
I think we don't talk about. We tell the real
y'all wasn't
thing.
cutesy with it. It was very traumatizing as a child.
Okay.
But it was. I think it's easier to talk to my moms about it just because it's that stigma of it's a mom, and you have the stigma of they will understand things that you're going through that your dad might not, but it's also the stigma of that your dads don't want to hear about these things because they're the baby girl,
right?
So I've always, and I don't know where this, I can't even say what I came from. I think it's just a society thing where it's just, there are certain things you don't talk to your father about, and sex is one of them. It's just like, that's just so taboo. Like, who, daddy, by the way, no, I'm so Gucci on that. It's just, I don't know. It's just always felt, I don't even like talking to y'all about it, but y'all trap me.
No, see, me and mom, I think me and mom just want you to be honest. We want to be prepared. But I told you that's something you should always talk to your dad about. We had this debate, last month, about this same conversation about telling dad or not telling dad about what happens or or when it happens or if it ever happens or what age it happens at, who cares? But because I believe that you shouldn't have surface conversations. Though I feel like if I pass away, that you guys should still have in-depth conversation, whether it be about your sex life, your spiritual life, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, it took a whole month for you to get that. We kept talking. He was like, but no,
because I thought, I don't know, it was just something that I was just like, who wants to talk to that about their father? That sentence did make sense. Who wants to talk to their father about that? Goodness.
But you do understand why.
I definitely understand why. And with the relationship that my dad and I have, we are very close and we do talk about a lot of stuff. But there was just always something that was just like, I'm never going to tell him. I'm going to be married with children. He's never going to know.
What you think? You adopted them?
Yes. I don't know. The stork brought the kids. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So here's another question. So all for your parents, right? So is what traits about you that when you get to raise your children that you will pass along to your children from the four of us? What the traits are that you're gonna be like, okay, dad gave me this, aunt gave me this, Richard gave me this, mommy gave me this. What would? That's hard, ain't it?
That is hard because there's so many different ones.
Yeah.
And each parent's different. When I say this, I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. For my daddy, I would take time for yourself. My father is very a keep to himself person, and I think that has kept him sane a lot of the times from different emotions of different people and people expectation. It's just like, nah, I'm not bothered with that. And I've definitely have grown up to be that way where if something's bothering me, or I'm just gonna keep to myself because it's just I need to figure that out internally.
No drama.
So definitely take time for yourself. Find things that make you happy regardless of what people feel, because he's always been the type where I don't care what you think, this makes me happy and this will be about me and my family, so I really don't care.
Yeah, that's his motto. Absolutely.
My other dad, he's very easy-go-lucky.
Yes.
It takes a lot for him to get upset, and he's very go with the flow, very like, okay, like he kind of takes the punches and just roll with it. So definitely just don't let stuff wash off your back. Yeah. I definitely have learned that from him. Just like, okay, cool, we'll just go keep it pushing. This is you got a plan. All right, let's keep it pushing.
Let's keep it going.
My mom, she's, I don't know, a lot of she's taught me a lot of different things. I've always called her emotional, so I think I would.
Did I say leave my girl alone?
No, I know, but I think it's good to be emotional because you don't want to be a robot.
Yeah.
You don't want to, when people are trying to love you and people are trying to give you their affection, don't just push it away. Accept it.
Accept it.
And you've always been happy. We've always said that about her.
Dad killed me with that.
She's. I'm like, no one wakes up as happy as she does, and it makes us very mad because we're not morning people. I've been forced to be a morning people with her, but she's just up. Good morning. No, go to bed at 7:00. Like, why are you awake? So definitely just look at the good things in life and just keep it pushing like that. So those are some of the things.
Okay, so let's talk about family. We've had so many family vacations. Lord help us. Help me, Lord. What's one of the best family vacations you ever did? with us? That's a hard one.
That is hard. We have done so many. I'm gonna say Universal.
Florida.
When we went to Florida, Universal was a good one. It was so hot, but it was the first time I've been to Universal.
Okay.
So it was fun, and we tricked you to get on a roller coaster because at first we didn't know that was a roller coaster. No, we didn't. We promised you. We thought it was like a maze, but then we kept walking up. And next thing you know, we were on a mummy, and it was so much fun. She hated it. We had fun. We got on the Jaws ride.
No, ma'am.
It was really hot, but we had a good time.
Yeah, it was hot. That was wrong. They knew it was a roller coaster.
Atlanta was fun, too. We went to Atlanta for me.
For your photo shoot.
Mm-hmm. No, for an audition. We went to Atlanta for an audition.
Mm-hmm.
And
because she used to model.
I used to model. I used to do acting. Mm-hmm. I used to do it all.
Now, did that bother you that because we kept you guys, you and your brother, very, very busy, like y'all entire life till the day you move out the house? Was that ever an issue? Like, Lord, did we do one more thing?
Sometimes yes, because I was like, I just want to lay down. I just want to lay down.
Almost choked.
I just want to lay down. But Monday through Saturday, I always had something to do.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
And it made sense why they always say, an idle mind is dangerous. So
come on, you remember? Give me a high five. You remember?
Want to.
Okay.
No, I don't want to.
She ain't want a high
five. But I think that's why I am the way now. I don't know how to lay down. I don't know how to take time for myself and chill out. So sometimes I have to be like, Mo, take a nap.
Take a nap.
Just because you can. Like, you don't always have to do everything, So it was but you kept us busy with a capital B.
Yeah, busy. You had to be busy.
No.
Idle mind is dangerous. I remember laughing because going to our church, they have what we call e-groups. And so I don't, because when I decided that Morgan said she wanted to be in an e-group, I was put her in an e-group, but I didn't trust everybody. So I created an e-group. She created an e-group
for herself.
For her.
For me.
To bring girls to my house for her.
I went to one e-group. I went to one e-group. And to this day, like, if we see each other, we're like, oh, but the thing is, she would take me to e-group and she would sit outside the house for 2 hours.
I don't know them.
She would sit outside the house for 2 hours.
I would do work. I would do stuff in 2 hours. I'd be right in front of the door when she got out because I don't know. She's a girl. And then I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
So she just started her own.
I started my own e-group of girls. That lasted longer than I thought.
It lasted way longer. It lasted through I was in like sophomore in college.
Yeah. 6 years. 6 years I had the same girls. They all went to college. Matter of fact, everybody either just graduated or going to graduate next year because they were kind of like
they were like a year or two under
you. So that is so funny. Oh my gosh. As you're saying this, I'm like, Lord, now what goals did we tell you had to accomplish?
I had to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I had to go to college.
It was on the vision board.
Yeah, it was. It was. I'm not going to lie and say that it wasn't, but I think because I put it on my vision board, it was, you pushed me harder. I had to go to college. You wanted. Right. But I was 12 and
it don't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
That was just a big one. It was, I had to go to college, and one of the biggest things was I had to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
I could not, as my father would say, I couldn't be that broad and rely on no dude.
Pray for your dad, please.
Is what I've been hearing for years. But I can say I'm not that broad and I don't rely on no dude. So
he said he was going to put it in a Build-A-Bear. And it was going to be his voice. And when she squeezed the teddy bear, it's going to say, don't be that broad.
I can't. I should get that as a tattoo. I'm so serious. Or a bumper sticker.
And she said, Daddy, what does that mean? You'll know when you get older.
And I learned.
Don't be that broad. And I'm like, baby, I don't think that's what you should say to her, maybe. Or something.
Let me tell you something about my father. He never minced words.
Never.
He always told me like it is.
Mm-hmm.
To the detrimental of me.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter what he was saying. He was going to say it how he wanted to say it because that was the best way to get it across. Yeah. He wasn't going to sugarcoat anything.
No, it wasn't treating you like a baby. And the crazy part is he raised you just as hard as if you was a boy.
Yes, I think that was another thing too.
The playing field has always been even. It's never been like, everybody was a child, our children. That's it. And everybody's going to get that feeling, and so it's so weird. So let me see. Let me give you one more before we go because I just wanted to come and just talk with you and see what's going on. So tell me about school right now. How are you doing? Let me do a heart check. How are you? How's life? With everything's going on, how are you?
I'm tired.
Okay.
I wish that I went straight through from undergrad to grad. And am I proud of myself? Yes, because I'm halfway done.
Yeah, you are.
But I can tell I'm burning out, and I can tell I'm getting tired, and I'm trying not to let that affect me and how I finish out this last year, but it's tiring.
Yeah.
I wish I would have taken a year, but my fear is that I wouldn't have gone back. Because I now, you guys asked me a while ago, like, why are you still doing this? Because you've done it. You made us proud with your undergrad. You don't have to. I'm doing it to prove to myself that I'm not a quitter, because I don't want to quit.
Gotcha.
I don't want to stop. I never wanted to stop what I'm doing. If I put my mind to it, I'll finish it out strong. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully this next big change in my life will add some new motivation to what's going on.
Motivation.
So... But yeah, I definitely I felt myself slipping. I felt myself, slipping into not even a depression, but it was like, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
So I had to make changes instantly. Yeah. And once I did, I can feel myself coming back.
You feel yourself coming back to yourself. So no PhD. Not now.
Not right now.
Because we discussed that.
We've discussed
when you was 12.
Yeah, we did. We did. But I think as I get older now, it was like, I feel like I can tell you no now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do.
I don't feel like, I beg to differ. I don't think that you feel like you could tell me. You told me no. I just
I know.
Like, I'm fit. You was like, I said, so we going for the pit. You was like, no, we're not. I said, oh.
Because I got to an age where I was like, I got to start telling her no. I got to start telling everybody no. If I don't want to do something, and let me explain why. And then I explained why, and you were like, okay, I got it.
Because it's difficult. Because every time that she grows up, and we've told you guys, family, on the podcast before, that we always say we never had an age group this person. So to now have a 23-year-old Morgan, and so we've never had a 23-year-old Morgan before. She just turned 23, and now it's like, what do you do with that? Because now there is we advocates, but then also we got to be, now that you're 23, we have to treat you like we treat your brothers now. Now we're silent partners. Because there's nothing to advocate for, because you guys are advocating for yourselves now. You know what I'm saying? So now my new role is a silent partner for me and Daddy. We the silent partners. We just, if you need help, we slide you some money if you need it. You need some moral support, we slide the moral support. Like, you know how silent partners in a restaurant, they slide, but we can slide it, but we can't discuss it. And I feel like that's what we are with you now. Because just the other day, remember, I was like, you said something very simple that you was going to do. And I was like, no, what I think you should do. And then you gave me that look, and I was like, uh-oh, this about to go down. She gave me the look. Because I already knew you were standing right here. I think you was telling me about pants or something that you were going to purchase or something for your interview or whatever. And I was like, when you was like, looking at me, I was like, yep.
I think, and it's something that we both have to get used to, is you told me, I haven't been home in so long. And I've been doing this for myself for so long.
By yourself almost 6 years.
It was, we have to get used to, because I have to get used to you guys parenting me now, too. We just have to get used to who we are now. We haven't been under the same roof in 6 years. Yeah. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, we stay to ourselves, because even when I'm here, I'm not. But, I mean, we say
you here, but you're not.
Yeah, we stay to ourselves a lot. And it's just, I think it's going to be definitely a learning experience, a learning curve. But I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think because now I just have, and not more so probably me than Daddy, I have to be like, okay, she did this out of our eyesight, out of our grasp for almost 6 years, And so now we got to be like, no. She's been doing very well. Her grades never slip. She ain't out here doing anything. She's doing what she needs to do. And whatever she is doing that we don't know, we don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like that you're here for this limited time, while you graduate for next year. And it's like, but it's not the same. 23-year-old Morgan and who left from high school are two entirely different young ladies. And so treating you accordingly to your age, treating you accordingly to how you've handled yourself without us. And so, like I said, it's no issue for Daddy. It's like me, I'm like, because now you can say no. Like, that sucks. Before, he's like, what?
You were a very hands-on parent.
I am a hands-on
So Daddy
parent.
was, don't make me get involved.
Yeah,
I only
he
get
was.
involved when I have to get involved.
Yeah,
And I'm saying he wasn't an involved parent, but he was that dad. He was like, don't make me get involved. I don't have to get involved. Angie, you handle it.
But this is the thing, because last time he got involved, you said help y'all with your homework. You had a meeting, you and your brother, and was like, can you please take this back over because we don't want Daddy checking our homework.
He made us cry.
He did make y'all cry.
He ripped up my paper.
He didn't like the way it looked.
I had to rewrite it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like midnight too, and we're not even gonna talk about it. But it
We
was.
gonna focus on it.
Daddy was different. I'm gonna tell you, Daddy was different. But I can tell you, like,
his disciplinary actions are a little bit different than everybody else.
Man, he was real different.
Yeah, he parents different. He parents different.
But yeah, Daddy was. I think I got to a certain point. He was like, "You do what you want. I don't really care as long as you're not, out here being stupid and being that broad, and I got to get involved. I don't care. Do what you want."
Yeah, I know. So, any questions you want to ask me before we go? Let me see if I have one more question that I want to ask you.
I think I'm good.
You good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what family member has had the biggest impact in your life? Yes, that's our last question.
I'm gonna say my bonus dad, because when he came into my life, he shifted everything, but in a good way.
Okay.
He definitely, I felt like we were complete now. 3 parents, it's good, but adding a 4th, it's even now.
Yeah, it's even now.
So it was, he definitely made a big impact, and he's changed my mom and I's life for the better that I don't even think he realizes.
We love you.
Yes,
Rich.
We love him.
We love him.
But yeah, he definitely is one of the ones who definitely made a huge impact
on it. All right, now. Well, let me see if I have any final thoughts about family and children.
Please don't.
I do have a final thought.
Oh, goodness.
We've done well. That's my final thought.
Oh, we have done well.
Yes, we've done well. Not you. It's on me and Daddy.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
That was rude. See how she
I'm just saying.
See how she treats me?
I'm just saying me and Daddy has done very well. We've done well. You've done well for yourself, by yourself. You've done well. But as parents, we've done well. We never know if we do well. We just try to just do it and see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like I was that child because I was the girl. So like, you know what? We've never raised a girl. Let's see what we can do with this one.
But see, that's the crazy part. Because you about as rough as your brothers, like seriously.
That's y'all fault.
You's a rough.
Y'all raised me like a dude, so that's y'all fault.
This is true. Wait a minute. Thank you for talking. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Love you.
All right, family. We are getting up out of here. So Mr. Crenshaw. You all right?
So family.
Yes.
Thank you for being a
Saw
part
his
of this
voice
journey.
come in. So family. Thank you for being a part of this journey.
We thank you guys for just taking the time to listen. We thank you for just being a part of what we do. As always, we are Interactive Podcast. We can be found on the socials. Mm-hmm. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. Yes. We're on Facebook, all in the Crenshaw Corner.
We are.
You can reach us via our email address at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. However you listen to us, whether it's on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We thank you, and family, as always, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.